Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Penn State Harrisburg basketball. Back for another NEAC Conference doubleheader this afternoon. Men's game first, women's game to follow. Greg Cook along with Eric Sedini to bring you the action as Penn State Harrisburg takes on SUNY Morrisville State, the Mustangs, whatever you prefer. And we're going to get a rare opportunity of seeing Penn State Harrisburg in what is traditionally their road blues. Kind of a cool look we get to have tonight here, partner, but Lions are coming in unbeaten here at the Cub, winning 4 games in a row. Men's and women's team both just took care of business last night, and they'll look to do more of the same today.
I'm going to preface this statement by saying proceeds to knock on wood. Let's hope the blue uniforms don't have any effect on that spotless home record here for the men's basketball team. But like you said, partner, coming in off a tough win there against Wells yesterday, a nice hard-fought battle. Looking forward to seeing what the guys have here in store this afternoon.
Were you a superstitious guy when it came to things like what sneaker gets put on first and what color the uniforms are, things like that?
Nothing too crazy like that, you know what I mean? I don't care about what shoe goes on first in the morning. They're all going on my feet at some point during the day, you know what I mean? But it is cool to see, like you said, wearing the blue uniforms there. Kind of gives you an NBA feel, if you will, how the home team gets to choose what color they'll do every night, whereas with our men's team, we see them go white every home game there. But again, part of that due to the fact that you have Morrisville going back-to-back games on the road. No real chance to get those away uniforms washed for themselves there. So Penn State, and I got to imagine Lancaster Bible as well for Wells, who's playing up there today, are going to do the same thing for them as well to help them out a little bit.
And gave the washers and dryers here at the Cub a night off last night.
Oh, probably not. There was probably some winter track uniforms. There was something going on in that ever-moving equipment room back there.
There usually is. Penn State will go with the familiar starting 5. Brandon Coleman, Danye Baylor, Carroll, Zachary Scott III, Nate Curry, and Dylan Daniels. For the Mustangs, Isaiah Walker, Bryson Hall, Tron Smith, and who am I missing? Number 10, Michael Litchfield. We are running at the Cub, along with number 12, John Brennan, rounding out the starters for both teams. Like we said, Lions coming in, winners of 4 in a row. Perfect 5-0 mark here at the Cub. Right away, they go inside to Dylan Daniels. He gets the easy one with an assist from Zegary.
Yeah, classic look in the Coach Friday office, in Coach Friday offense there. Great back screen set. Dylan able to come around that. Found himself wide open, just had to catch it, go up strong, and puts it home.
By the way, Zegary, ho-hum, 10 assists last night. Strong move to the bucket. Dylan Daniels, his first block of the day. My partner is chalking it up.
Again, that's just the advantage of having a guy like a Dylan Daniels on the inside, though. Able to cover so much ground with just 1 or 2 steps. You think you have an open shot, and then boom, Dylan's there. It's either going to be contested or he's getting a hand on it.
Three-pointer from way outside, Tron Smith off the mark. Dylan had 7 blocks in last night's game, by the way. Here goes B. Cole to the hoop, lays it up and in.
And again, Brandon, tremendous at attacking the rim, able to take those 2 steps, use his length, take off outside the paint. That length puts him right at the backboard as he's able to lay it home.
Coleman had 13 last night. Lions out to a quick 4-0 lead, a little over a minute in. From the corner, Walker short. Zachary there for the rebound. Nate Curry pulls up for 3. A little strong.
A little bit of contact due there as Nate was coming down from that one, but defender did a great job of just holding his position a little bit. Nate jumps forward a little bit there, as he does on all of his jump shots there. So the ref saying, no, you were jumping forward there. You're not going to get the call on that one.
DBC pokes it away from behind, sends Zegary. A little short on the layup, but good hustle by Brandon Coleman to clean it up.
Yeah, tremendous effort by Brandon staying with that play. Doesn't assume that Zegary is going to be able to put that one home. And great job by Danye there as well. Offensive player had his back to him. Danye able to come in from behind, come away with the easy steal.
Mustangs in the front court. Corner 3 on the way from Litchfield. He rattles it home.
And good ball movement, good offense there by Morris. So that's the one way you can attack that matchup zone that we see the Penn State Harrisburg team run a lot is overload aside a little bit, force the guy on the bottom to have to take that cutter, send somebody into the corner there, and have to make that defender make a hard decision.
Here's where you see the difference between the 3s and the 2s. Penn State Harrisburg has 3 baskets. Morrisville has 1. Dillon gets the bucket and a blocking foul.
Yep. Good charge take there by number 23, Walker, and he even looked at the official. He was like, yeah, I was inside the circle, wasn't I? So he understood it as well there. He had the right idea, but again, just not able to get outside that circle there as he picks up the blocking foul.
Walker will come to the bench as Hunter Kowaleski checks in, and Dillon will go for the old-fashioned 3. And he's short with the free throw. Rebounded by Litchfield. Here come the Mustangs. It's a Nike versus Nike game. And a mishmash of shoe colors from the Mustangs. I must say, I see pink, I see bright green, I see dark green, and a left-handed 3 for Bryson Hall. Penn State Harrisburg just +2, 3 minutes in. Zagary gives it up to Dillon for the mid-range. Short on that one. And a floorboard to Hall.
And good offense there. Zagary, I thought, had a chance at a floater, but again, we know Zagary really does a great job of playing that pure point guard position, looking to dish it out to his teammates before he's going to go for his own shot there. Dillon, we've seen him have that mid-range capability, but just comes up a little bit short.
Attacking the basket was Brennan, but he kicked it back outside. Here he goes again, and 2 in a row for Bryson Hall.
And 3 straight possessions with a 3-pointer for Morrisville State there as they get a 1-point lead.
Hall averages 12 a game. He's already halfway there, less than 4 minutes into this one. DBC, the drive and the dish to Dillon. Missed the layup, but Nate Curry there to help him out.
And Dillon's got to finish that one, but again, Danye coming off the screen there, draws the defenders, which leaves Dillon open, and then Nate's man has to come over, defend Dillon, which leaves Nate there with nobody boxing him out as he's able to get the easy tip in.
And easy to think, Dillon's got a layup, he's going to make it, and not crash that offensive glass. So good job last 2 times down the floor by the Lions to follow up their teammates on the offensive board. And a bucket there for Litchfield. And the guests have moved in front, 11-10. Morrisville, 4.5 minutes in. DBC pulls up for 3 and buries it.
Right back at you there. We know Danye, tremendous catch-and-shoot player. Coming off the screen there, able to bury that one.
Good to see him get the lid off early on. There's a long 2 missed by Hall, but crack at the offensive glass again, and Hall gets the shorty.
And that was one thing Penn State struggled with early on against Wells yesterday. There was giving up that offensive rebound, second and third chance opportunities. Great job by Brandon coming up with a block off the initial offensive rebound, but got to get somebody in there to get that other shot attempt.
Danye tiptoes the sideline, pulls up for 2. That's a shot we don't see Danye take very often.
No, and everyone kind of backed off of him a little bit, though. We're kind of used to seeing Danye go all the way to the rim, and maybe that's what the defense was thinking as well. Good job by Danye, landed on 2 as Zagary able to get a hand on that one. Possession stays with Morrisville, but Danye lands on 2. Defenders kind of back off, and he's like, oh, I'm wide open here, but maybe he's not used to being that open.
Yep. So we have a timeout on the floor. It's 13-13 tie, 14:25 to go in the first half. This Morrisville Mustangs team down at Lancaster Bible last night came out on the short end of a 96-83 decision. Hall had 22 and 12. Smith had 18 for Morrisville, including 11 of 11 from the free throw line. Brennan and Arroyo had 11 points each for the Mustangs in a losing effort. But here's the deal. You remember the name Jordan Shoebridge from Lancaster Bible?
Yep.
Shoebridge threw in 39 last night. 39.
I remember that conference championship game 2 years ago when we were playing Lancaster Bible here. I think him and Danye each had about 25. I think maybe each of them were above 30. in that overtime victory. And each of them still very young in their careers. I think Truebridge now a junior. I think he was a sophomore 2 seasons ago. So looking forward to seeing those two battle it out in the near future.
CP joins us upstairs. He's going to go over into the VIP section and chat with some folks in that new little luxury box to our right. A couple of subs for Penn State Harrisburg as Pedro Rodriguez and Chris Haynes check in. It'll be Penn State Harrisburg basketball. Oh, I'm sorry.
Morrisville basketball.
Yeah.
It was an out of bounds underneath.
Correct. That was that Zeggery tip on the entry pass. Yeah, so Mustangs basketball. Morrisville was back as though they thought it was going to Penn State Harrisburg. They had to call their squad forward. Hey, we're up here, guys.
And good recognition, though. Sometimes the refs, they'll only give you a certain amount of time before they just drop the ball where the inbound is and start doing that 5-second count there. So good recognition by whoever on Morrisville realized it was still their basketball.
Down low on the shot clock, they're going to have to hurry. They get it away. It's short. I thought it clipped the rim, but they're calling a shot clock violation. Good defense by the Lions.
And if you're Morrisville, again, got to recognize what the time and score situation, not necessarily the score, but the time situation there. You've got under 10 seconds there on the shot clock. You get to under 5, and you're not even looking at getting an opportunity at a basket. Got to get into that quick draw offense for yourself.
Dylan needed some help. Finally gets it from Chris Haynes. Pulls up and drills a 3.
And tremendous job there by Dylan. Didn't really have anybody, like you said. Got caught in a tough place. Finds Chris Haynes. He goes with the dribble handoff and sets that screen as well there, which freed up Haynes at the top of the key there as he's able to put home that 3-point basket.
And there's an errant pass over the top. It's going to be over and back. And the Morrisville coach, Joe Smith, wanted his player to pick up that ball so that Penn State didn't have numbers going this direction. So this way they get to set up the defense.
And I think Danye was thinking about going after that one, trying to make a play on it, but realized probably would not come up with that one before Morrisville was able to get a hand on it.
Shot clock went to 20, I think, didn't it? Here's Dylan down low. Tried to get it back to Pedro in the paint, but it was picked off.
Yeah, I think you're right, partner. It was at 10. That seemed relatively quick.
Yeah, I think they mistakenly set the clock for 20 on that possession. But here we go. Mustangs basketball at the other end, and looked like Hall got bumped. Whistle stayed silent there. And
I think it's going to be a foul on Morrisville, number 14.
You are correct, as usual.
Yeah.
Just took him a while to make an indication after the whistle.
And you see Morrisville's coach, Joseph Smith, saying he was trying to wrap up the ball, go for the jump on. The ref said no. He kind of was hands on top of him, pinning him down, so to speak, if you will, there. And great hustle by Pedro, diving on the floor, securing that ball for Penn State.
Lions +3, clock ticks under 13. Gagne just couldn't handle that pass. Looked to B. Cole, said my bad. And here comes Litchfield. Runner, back iron. Josh Martin sends it away to Gagne. To the hoop with the left, rolls it in.
Yeah, great job there by Gagne. Makes up for the error on the last possession there. Great job of hanging in the air, switching that over to the left, putting that one home. Tremendous finisher around the rim. Gagne is as well.
Lead creeps up to 5. Kowaleski to Litchfield, and now top to Smith. Kowaleski from the elbow. Won't get it. B. Cole clears it out of there. Hands to DBC in the logo, and they'll set it up. Josh Martin checked in for Dylan Daniels. Should note. Here is Josh to Pedro, and now DBC rolls off the screen. Pedro for 3. In and out. Hall on the glass. Kick ball, Pedro. Zeggery Scott, Nate Curry will check in. Danye Baylor-Carroll and Brandon Coleman will get a break. Timeout on the floor with 11:41 to go in the first half. 18-13, Lions on top. Morrisville State, located in the village of Morrisville, another upstate New York opponent for the Lions. It's about halfway between Syracuse and Utica. About a 4-hour drive up I-81 and then to Route 26 in New York. 2,500 students or so at SUNY Morrisville. And found a few notable alum, partner. And I'll give you a couple now and a couple more in the ladies' game.
All right.
But as a UFC fan, and I shouldn't say notable alum, because apparently not all of these individuals graduated from Morrisville. However, big UFC fan I am, so I was interested to see the names Aljamain Sterling and John Bones Jones.
Bones Jones.
Both Morrisville students, whether they have the goat skin or not. Apparently John Jones, we know, does not. But both at least attended Morrisville State or SUNY Morrisville, whatever it was being called at that time. But that's kind of odd that for a small school like Morrisville State, two relatively well-known and successful mixed martial artists both came out of that institution.
Man, it almost makes you want to think if you could do like a mixed martial arts program for your school. You know what I mean? You get a lot of those guys, even throughout the entire UFC, Bellator, all these mixed martial arts organizations. Be interesting to see. Maybe you don't want to do it at the high school level, obviously, because of all the physicalness and things that could happen. But that would be something interesting to see. You get a lot of these guys, if they could get a program started at some of their old schools and universities, try to get some kids interested in mixed martial arts.
So Mustangs basketball as we get back after the break. They trail by 5. Penn State still in that matchup zone look. There's a drive. Boy, a lot of steps there. No whistle. Down low in the shot clock now at 5. Smith pulls up, long 2. Nothing but net.
And fortunate offense there for Morrisville right at the end. A little bit stagnant, but able to make something out of nothing and get home with a mid-range jumper.
Right into Nate Curry at the elbow. Won't get it. Josh Martin kept it alive, but actually ended up tipping it out of bounds. Over to the Mustang ladies team. Seated in the first few rows to our left, right where they're inbounding the basketball.
Surprised to see Nate not come away with that one. Was automatic from that mid-range yesterday.
Yep.
Not able to put that one home.
That's his shot for sure. Nate had 19 last night. Pass off the fingertips of John Brennan as the Mustangs turn it over. Kowaleski to the bench for Morrisville. And Hall back onto the floor. There's Nate again at the other elbow, but gives it to Dillon. Now back up top. Haynes has a 3 look. Dillon collects it. Zegary will try one. He's off the mark, and team rebound to Morrisville. And they'll toss it in front of their own bench.
It looked like Morrisville was going with kind of like a matchup zone, the classic Boeheim 2-3 where you get the wings extended out a little bit there. Penn State not really able to get the ball on the inside on that one.
There's a long 3. Down it goes for Bryce Arroyo. I think he surprised Penn State's defense by shooting it from that far out.
And a good portion of the offense from Morrisville coming from beyond that three-point line. 4-6, 12 of the 18 points right now. If you're Penn State, got to take away that three-point basket.
Pedro tries one from the elbow and can't get it. Dillon had it for a minute, and it got poked away by Morrisville, so it'll stay Lions basketball.
And I thought Dillon maybe got a little bit of a slap on the wrist or something as he was trying to get that one tipped in, but after not getting that first attempt, just make sure you secure that basketball, kick that one back out. The patented Coach Friday 95% rule.
Quickly into Nate Curry. One dribble, pulls it up, rolls it over the iron and in. Lions back on top by a pair. Over 10 minutes into the first half. It's been pretty close all the way. All the way over the top they go to Brennan. And then off the iron, but crashing the offensive glass was Walker, and they'll reset.
Yeah, and good job there by Hall. Bringing that one back out. Looked like maybe he could have went with a little quick floater attempt there, but Dylan right in front of us, hey, let's bring it back out, set this offense up.
And there's the lefty drilling another one, Bryson Hall.
Yeah, has that height advantage over Zegary there. Great defense by Zegary, but only so much you can do when you're going up against a taller offensive player.
Hall's 3 for 3 from beyond the arc today. He had 22 last night at Lancaster Bible. And Hall thought he might have gotten a finger in the eye from Dylan, but appears to be okay. Sorry, that was Walker that had something in his eye a minute ago. Drive, and they're going to get Zegary for a reach along the way. Hall drained 22 last night and added 12 rebounds. Nice night for him. Shot clock resets to 20. Mustangs inbound baseline. Catch and shoot from the corner. Too strong for Arroyo. And the Lions will look to move back in front. Currently trailing by 1. Curry's going to draw a foul on Walker.
And you saw Nate feel the pressure on that one a little bit. He had Brandon wide open on that left wing there, but got a little bit of pressure. Did a great job escaping that pressure, but if he's able to hold on to that ball, turn and face the basket, he would have saw Brandon in the corner of his eye there, wide open for a wing 3.
Another timeout on the floor. That foul by Zegary a minute ago was Penn State's only foul of the game so far. Morrisville has only been whistled for 3. So not a lot of action in that department. Hall leads all scorers so far with 11. Also has 4 boards already. Danye Baylor-Carroll has 5 for Penn State Harrisburg. 3 players with 4, Brandon Coleman, Nate Curry, Dylan Daniels. 4 apiece.
And again, for Morrisville, similar to what we saw yesterday for Penn State Harrisburg with Brandon Coleman being that guy in the first half. Hall has been that guy thus far. 3 of 3 from the three-point line. They've got to try and take away that outside shot, not just from him, from Morrisville in general right now. 5 of their 21 coming by way, or 15 of the 21, coming by way of the three-point line. Got to run them off that three-point line, force them to have to make some plays at the rim, hit that mid-range jump shot.
And they're shooting it well. They're shooting 47.1% overall, and 5 of 8, 62.5% from beyond the arc. That's too good.
Yeah. Not what Coach Friday would want to see right now. Again, give credit to Morrisville, though. You have to figure back-to-back games probably would be feeling a little bit, especially having to do a lot of traveling from all the way up there in New York, up down to Lancaster, then down here to the Harrisburg area. That's a lot of travel to do in about a 24, 36-hour span right now, and they do not look fatigued whatsoever.
They've run 8 players into the game so far, as has Penn State Harrisburg. And there's about 5 players at the end of the bench still with their warm-up tops on. So it's a lengthy bench for Morrisville. Danye misses from the corner. Nate Curry, long rebound, puts it in, and draws a foul.
Yeah, right place, right time for Nate. Good job of crashing the glass, able to track that ball as it's coming down, grabs it, puts it home, gets the foul, chance for the old-school three-point play.
19 and 6 last night for Curry. And give him 7 today. And Penn State's back in front by 2. Well, they attack the ball as soon as he crossed midcourt, and they get the steal. Danye behind the back, pulls it back out. I thought that was a long 2. They're going to call the closeout. I thought his toe was on the line.
Yep.
The official was behind him and may not have seen it. We'll see if they award 3. They do.
They do.
Okay. Penn State maybe gets a little break there.
Maybe Danye's reading the official's handbook, figuring out where the ref's supposed to be positioned there so the ref doesn't see where his feet are exactly. But again, just a little bit too strong of a closeout by Hall there. Jumps into Danye and doesn't give Danye safe space to land.
Referees are going to get together and talk about something, as one of the Morrisville assistant coaches is at the scorer's table to check something. They're confirming
who the foul was
the
on.
Foul, okay. 2 for 2 so far for Danye, and the foul was on Frankie Ndaye. Tron Smith checks back in, one of the starters for Morrisville, back on the floor. And Danye 3 for 3 from the stripe. Penn State +5, and now look at the trap all the way down the floor, and they get the steal again. Now they'll set it up, no quick opportunity.
You saw Danye wanted to fire that one real quick, but felt in Danye from behind, and a great cut there by Zegary. Nobody in that unpainted area, if you will, the area we still call the paint, and good pass by Nate there to get him.
And nearly another steal, but now they do get it. Coleman slams it.
Yeah, fortunate there. Brandon should have been diving on the floor for that ball at the game possession. Zegary's able to come up with it, gives it off to Brandon. I think Brandon wanted to really slam that one home, but a little bit of contact from Zegary. Zegary's like, hey, we're going to act like we're in practice right now. I'm going to give you a little bit of contact, finish strong on the inside, but Morrisville just not expecting that press from Penn State Harrisburg. These past 2 possessions really caught them off guard as Penn State comes up with a couple of turnovers and easy buckets for themselves.
Very surprised that it took Morrisville this long to call that timeout, because they were clearly not prepared for that pressure. And it resulted, I believe, in 6 or 7, if you count Danye's 3 free throws. I believe it resulted in 7 quick points.
Yeah.
And Penn State's up by 9.
Absolutely. I wasn't even thinking about the one with Danye, but they pressured that ball right when it got over half court.
Yep.
And Danye came in like a free safety, intercepted that one, and went to the line for the 3.
So we'll see now with a 30-second timeout if Coach Joe Smith was able to get his guys' minds right and thinking about the pressure defense and what they need to do to secure the basketball. This time they do get it over. Strong drive, but they're going to get a foul on Danye Baylor-Carroll.
Yeah, Danye riding him just a little bit there. Loses his foot, and then the ref's going to sit there and say if Danye hadn't been there, he probably would have kept his foot. And so Danye gets whistled for his first here on the afternoon.
Just the second team foul on Penn State Harrisburg. See if they keep that defense extended. Try to cut down on those threes. A drive and a dish, and there is a 3, and down it goes for John Brennan.
And good ball movement there. Zegary, good closeout. Maybe could have been a half a second quicker, but again, with the way Morrisville is shooting it right now, I think you want to try to run them off that 3-point line and put them in that situation where they're going to have to constantly kick it out and drive in. And great ball movement there as Curry finds Daniels for the easy finish on the inside.
So Penn State back +8, 6.5 to go first half. Malik Holland will check in at a whistle. Here's Brennan again to the baseline. Nowhere to go, and Dillon blocked the pass. And here comes Zegary Scott to the hoop and rolls it in.
And again, that length of Dillon there, not a block shot, but again, right in that short corner area, if you don't have someone directly behind you open, it's tough to see the other 60-ish% of that floor there on the opposite side. And Dillon does a great job of using his lengths to make that a difficult pass and comes up with his second block there on the afternoon.
There's the pen, chalk it up.
Thank you, sir.
Danye brings it back for Penn State Harrisburg outside of Brandon Coleman, but he had slipped a little bit too far to the corner. little bit of miscommunication.
Yeah.
Lions turn it over.
And Brandon's doing the right thing there. That's what they would teach you as a shooter on the outside. As your passer or whoever has the ball is going down into the paint, you want to continue to move with them so they could keep an easy angle there. I believe Danye was thinking he's going to leave. If Brandon stays where he's at, I could go with that no-look pass. I think if Danye looks, he sees Brandon moving, he'll be able to get him that one there wide open in that corner.
Morrisville. And a long two from Smith off the mark. Coleman's going to push it. Morrisville catches up, so Penn State sets it up. Here is Malik for three. Rolls it in.
Able to get it to go. You know, Malik has that ability to come in there, hit a couple of big shots coming in off the bench as he puts that one home.
Here is Hall. They're overplaying his left. Ooh, a little bit of a hop step out high there. Thought the travel might follow. Oh, that might have been I don't think this foul's on Dillon. I don't think it should be on Dillon. We will see. Now it's on Nate Curry. Okay. I was keyed on Dillon. I knew Curry was there, and I did not see Dillon make any contact.
Did they call Dillon for getting him on the wrist? Was it body contact? Did you see? Because it looked like, Nate, because it looked like Nate was standing straight up as he went into that one, and maybe a bit of a bailout call there by the official.
Yeah, I was looking at the wrong player, and can't comment on the accuracy of the foul call. I just know if they would have come over and said it's on 22, I would have said that's a bad call.
Misses the first one. Ball does not lie, so I believe Nate himself was in the correct defensive position.
Bryce Arroyo will get one more. Third team foul on Penn State. And he gets the second. So it's a 12-point lead for Penn State Harrisburg. Under 5 to go first half. Pedro casually strolls to the scorer's table, gets ready to check in. Nice pass, Nate Curry to Dillon, who throws it down.
And similar to what Morrisville did to Penn State earlier in that half, you overload that one side a little bit, get the ball inside there. You're going to have to make a decision who's guarding that guy. Nobody really picks him up. Kind of a halfway pickup as leaves Dillon open there for a baseline cut and a jam.
Just a nice tic-tac-toe passing on that possession.
Offensive foul.
Yeah, I was going to say he's calling it on number 20. Well, Penn State does not have a 20.
They said white 20. He made the...
Yeah.
No, and the baseline official doesn't know what's going on either there.
Yeah.
Yep.
They get it together.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit too aggressive of a post-up.
Joe Smith, the Morrisville coach, is like, what the heck's going on out here? He's doing the Hank Stram.
They're calling him for the hook. I see the baseline official as Coach Smith is looking at him. He's saying, hey, he's hooking him on the post up there. That's what I'm calling.
He's got to get off the floor. Get the coach off the court. He's on the court. Danye's three is off. I mean, Danye's shot was 2 feet away from the Morrisville coach. He's still on the floor. Drive to the hoop and a little out of control was Arroyo. Here comes Coleman, 2 on 4. Here's Malik from the corner, a little strong. Danye tracks it down. Pedro underneath gets a man in the air and then missed.
Yeah, right idea by Pedro. If I'm Pedro, take that contact that looked like he was trying to avoid the defender once he got him up in the air. Let the defender hit you, then go up with that one. Have your body under control. Try to get the three-point play.
Approaching 10 on the shot clock.
Again, very stagnant right now, Morrisville. There's a lot of guys standing around. Ball's just staying on one side of the floor.
They'll try a three from way outside. That's not Kowaleski's shot. He missed it. And here come the Lions. Danye tries to draw a foul and gets it.
Yeah, fortunate there for Danye, kind of going 3-on-1. Found himself in a tough position, but ref going to say there was enough contact to warrant the foul call.
I mean, it looks like there's a timeout coming on the floor before the free throws. they're going to have to tell Joe Smith, get back into the bench area.
Yeah, I believe he got a coach's box area as well. So
not only is he out of the coach's box, he's on the live floor. He's out there on the court. And like I said, he was 2 feet away from Danye trying to take a three that last possession. Now, he never truly got a good explanation about what the deal was with that foul call a minute ago. But nonetheless, you can't walk out onto the floor in live game action hollering to the official asking for an explanation.
No, absolutely not. And especially with the official being on the baseline. Get yourself in that baseline area and try and yell across at him that way there. But again, like you said, only really one official knew what was going on when that call was made. You saw his counterpart on the baseline thinking it's going to be Morrisville's basketball. Morrisville thinks it's their basketball. And like you said, partner, there is no blue number 20 that was on the court at the time right there. So when the ref said number 20, you had to say, okay, that's got to be an offensive foul.
I mean, have we ever seen Don Friday out on the floor? Never mind. Check that.
I plead the fifth.
Certainly we have.
But no, in a situation like that, though, again, give credit to Danye. He's not focused on the coach being right next to him.
Yeah.
But if you're one of those type of players, maybe I'm going to run into that coach a little bit as I'm coming off my screen, sell that contact a little bit. Hey, he's out in the field of play right here. He's messing up what I'm trying to do. Draw the warning on the coach that way. But again, give credit to Danye and Penn State. They're not even thinking about where Coach Smith is on the court. They're just focused on running their stuff, trying to build up on this 14-point lead.
Danye's ready to roll. He's at the stripe. Nobody else is out there yet for either team. Morrisville moseys on out. Now Penn State Harrisburg will get back at it. Alex Leyva has checked in. Pedro, Malik Collins, Brandon Coleman, and Danye at the line. The 5 on the floor for the Lions. 3:06 to go. As my partner mentioned, a 14-point cushion for the home team. Danye with 8. Make it 9. That last foul was on Kowaleski, his second. And Danye strokes a pair from the charity stripe. Now Zegary Scott III will check in for Danye as the lead grows to 16. And sort of quietly, it seems to me, Penn State's got 41 on the board.
Yeah. It feels like over these past 5 minutes or so, kind of when they started going with the pressure, they've been able to build up on this lead, and Morrisville just has not been able to take advantage of it there. Is not able to finish on the inside, Morrisville.
Nice job to try to draw the offensive foul by Alex Leyva. Whistles remain silent, but the shot was missed. So Lions have it in the front court.
So you throw a skinny guy like myself down there, you'll probably get the charge because I'll go 10 feet flying into you. I think Alex is a little bit too strong. Not able to sell enough contact on it.
Big body down there for sure. Zegary to the hoop. Nice move. Can't get the bucket. And Pedro's out of there with the rebound. B. Cole for 3. Rainbow in and out. Alex crashes the offensive glass. Can't get the putback, but he'll get to the free throw line.
And great effort by Pedro. Great effort by Alex. Each coming up with their own offensive rebound there. Pedro does the right thing. Gets that one kicked back out. Brandon with a good attempt at the top of the key, not able to put it home. But again, Alex using that length and that size advantage, able to get the offensive rebound. Finds himself at the line for, I think, what might be his first points at the Cub if he's able to convert on one of these.
Nothing but net on the first free throw.
Shoots it like a Jersey kid. Beautiful rotation on that one.
Good form at the line and good results as well. So Alex came into today having scored 2 points on the season. And those were his first free throws. Approaching 2 minutes. Good pressure down the floor by the Lions. However, the Mustangs get it forward.
And good patience by Morrisville, not falling into that trap of trying to score quickly and take a not-so-great shot on the offensive end there.
Kowaleski trying to back down against Pedro, now gives it up. Here's a drive. That was poked free, I think, by Pedro. Coleman's free. Here he goes.
Oh!
Maybe the best we've seen this year. I mean,
looking like Julius Erving a little bit.
We are seeing more high-flying dunks this year than I can recall.
Yep, Tom, I'm looking at you. I need to see this on SportsCenter. Call Scott Van Pelt. Call all the ESPN guys. If I don't see this on SportsCenter's Twitter account, we got problems. Rocking the baby on that one.
Rocking the baby and then reversing it.
Good thing he hit that one, because if he didn't, he probably would be running sprints all day tomorrow without there being practice.
Minute and a half to go. Penn State plus 20. Brennan for three. No. Pedro's over the back. Now that one I saw coming, you know?
I saw the dunk coming. I was not expecting that, though.
No, I didn't know what he was going to do with it. I knew he was going to dunk it. But, you know, there's been plenty of Brandon Coleman dunks this year where it's like, whoa, I was expecting a layup and he threw it down. That one we knew a dunk was coming. So, well done, Brandon Coleman.
Do they have a dunk contest in Division III? Because if they do, he's the first nominee.
He's in. Kowaleski the bucket for Morrisville. And we will get down to a minute to go here very shortly. Penn State's got 45 on the board with the basketball. A minute to go. Zegary to Dillon. Good defense by Kowaleski. Dillon turns and flips it in.
Yeah, good job by Dillon. Stayed patient. Went with a little bit of a drop step. Would like to see him use his right hand there, get himself a little bit of a better angle at the basket, but he gets to go, so you can't complain.
He's got 4 inches on Kowaleski, so I'm sure there's a block. Chalk it up. And then a foul by Brennan after the steal. Is that 3 for Dillon?
I've got him with 3 right now, correct.
33.4 to go, 20-point lead, and Pedro walks to the free throw line. Misses the first, so he doesn't earn the second. Clock ticking below 25. Kowaleski looks for help. There's Brennan. Now a baseline drive. Nowhere to go. That's got to be a travel.
Yep.
Double dribble. Call it whatever you want.
Something. Dillon did not touch that ball at all when he went up with it, and he came back down.
Litchfield got into no man's land once he picked up the dribble and jumped into the air.
That's the very rare third result when you go up against Dylan Daniels, is you just come right back down with the basketball.
Litchfield begging for a foul call on Dylan Daniels that time, but certainly was nothing there.
Now, it looked like Dylan had the verticality, maybe a little bit of a contact, but again, when you're jumping into the defender the way he did on that one, the ref is going to give a little bit of leeway for the defender as well.
12.7 to go. First half, Penn State Harrisburg has taken control of this one in the second half of the first half, if you will. 47, they've got 12.7 seconds to get a good look and maybe hit that 50 mark in the first half. Incidentally, last night at Lancaster Bible, this Morrisville team surrendered 59 to Lancaster Bible in the second half.
Oof.
So this will be the second consecutive half of basketball that they have allowed close to 50 or beyond. Now we go, 10-9. Here comes Danye. Brandon Coleman down to 5. Danye gets it to Dillon. Tried to dunk it, got fouled. They got a good look. There's only 1.1 to go. So they ran it well. They ate the time that they had, and we'll get a chance for 2 for Dillon at the free throw line.
Man, I think that look originally was supposed to be for Danye coming off that little flare fade screen there to get his look at the top of the key, but Danye just doing what he does in the first half, draws that defense. Dillon rim runs, rolls to the basket there, and he found himself wide open. Almost had a dunk and one, but able to get 2 from the line, hits the first.
Short on the second, close try for a tap by Nate Curry, but it goes awry. And we've reached halftime. At the break, it is Penn State Harrisburg 48, Morrisville 27. We'll be back with the second half in about 15 minutes. This is Penn State Harrisburg basketball. Welcome back to the Cub. Penn State Harrisburg basketball. NEAC doubleheader again today. Penn State Harrisburg and SUNY Morrisville. Getting set to start the second half of the men's game. Penn State Harrisburg on top 48-27. Greg Cook and Eric Sedini bringing you the action. Partner, I think somewhere around the midpoint of that first half, Penn State kicked it into gear with that surprise full court pressure and the traps and created turnovers and just took control of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. A tremendous run there by Penn State, probably around that 8-minute mark there in the first half. And the one thing that jumped out to me looking at those halftime stats, we were talking about it over the course of the first half. Morrisville was shooting around 46% for a good portion there, dropped down to 38%, just so under 40% there for their entirety of the first half. Penn State really forcing some turnovers and putting the clamps on defensively in the latter part of the first half.
So good adjustments by the Penn State coaching staff. Dylan changed the shot of Arroyo, and Lions turn it over down the floor. Here come the Mustangs again.
And just a little too strong on that pass there by Brandon. Was trying to get at the Zeggery across, but just a little too strong and overthrew that one a little bit. But Penn State able to come away with the basketball again, so no harm, no foul.
Air ball from Tron Smith. Lions in the half court. Dylan pull up for a little mid-range. No. Nate Curry gets up, tips it, and the foul is going to be on Nate Curry.
They're going to say Nate pushed him. I'm not so sure about that one there. It looked like Nate was just able to go ahead, tip that one up to himself, and then come back down with it.
And, you know, if there was a foul on Nate Curry, it was on that initial tip. And they didn't whistle it until they, came back down to the floor and he held the basketball for a minute, and then we heard the whistle. Strange. Mustangs look into the paint, now kick it back outside. Brennan pull up, long two, no. Dylan skies for the rebound. Dylan has 5 boards today, and we think 3 blocks.
3 blocks, and that's what they had on the halftime stats as well, so we are on the same page.
All right. Our crusade to get Dylan all his blocks is having some positive effects. Look at Brandon Coleman. Oh, just rolled off the iron, and there's Nate to clean it up again.
Unable to get that one to go. Strong take by Brandon, but again, Nate does a great job crashing the offensive glass. Pump fake, goes up with it, able to put it home.
Penn State Harrisburg has had a lot of teammates helping teammates at the offensive end today. There's a 3 on the whoa. Did you hear him say bank?
I didn't hear bank.
I didn't hear it either, but
2.5 points.
Arroyo gets the triple anyway, off the window. He was a little bit too high, a little bit too straight on to feel like that was intended. But went through the bucket.
That's all that matters.
Curry at the elbow. Dylan the rebound. Zeggery thought about it. Tried to get it inside to Nate, but he wasn't in position to do anything with it. Danye
just kind of jogged into that one, and it worked out well for him.
Dylan got the rebound and scored it. He'll go to the line. But I swear it looked like Dylan was looking at somebody on the bench, or maybe even turned to the bench to say something to somebody, and immediately turned and shot.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute, what's going on? It's like, Pedro's sitting there on the bench. It's like, hey, Pedro, what's up, man? And boom, a shot.
Coming around with just says, hey, look at this, and just throws it up there real quick. And Dylan, right place, right time, though. Again, good box out, able to put it home, plus the harm.
That was just funny. Old-fashioned 3 for Dylan Daniels. Lions on top by 22. Skip pass, picked off, knocked away by Nate Curry. Gets help from Danye. And there's Nate with the pull-up. Tried to bank and couldn't get it.
You just got to get a little bit more arc and a little bit more oomph on that one. Right idea by Nate, though. Like the idea of going with the glass.
Inside they go. Good defense by Dylan Daniels. And Curry rejects that one, but they're going to get a foul probably on the body.
Interested to see what the ref says. Maybe I thought it could have been the wrist potentially. Yeah, they're going to say on the wrist there. So that's just about the official's angle on that one, feeling that Nate got more of the wrist than the ball.
Bryce Arroyo to the free throw line. He's got 7 points this afternoon. 1 of 2 from the line so far. Kowaleski will check in. Bryson Hall to the bench. Penn State still with their starting 5 on the floor. And a pair from the charity stripe for Bryce Arroyo. So it's a 20-point game. Mustangs defending down the floor. At least making the Lions think about bringing the ball up the floor. Nothing too high energy. Nate Curry to Dillon. Collects it. Gets fouled by Kowaleski.
I'm going to say on the way up, I think. Or a jump ball?
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow. I mean, I just assumed that was a foul call. Jump ball situation. Penn State Harrisburg with possession arrow. Here's Dillon. Short 2, no. Nate Curry again. Missed the putback, and they will call a block. He had to be in the arc.
I think a late whistle definitely, but I think heels may have been on that restricted area.
It's the third foul on Walker. It was awful close to the basket. I mean, I as many years as that arc has been in play, I still can't train myself to look at the arc. I'm always looking at the action up in the air.
And it's interesting for college, though, as well, because I think it's a year, or maybe it was my last year playing, but they've only had the arc for the charge circle maybe less than 5 seasons for college basketball. Before there used to be nothing in there, and it was up to the official to determine if it was in a position where the offensive player gets a chance to land in. That is not an over-the-back foul on that one. Zegary was just, they're going to call a push. Okay, maybe on that one you could get Zegary.
Pedro Rodriguez will check in. Who's coming out? We got 6 guys on the floor. Here comes Nate Curry. 16:24 to go, second half. Penn State Harrisburg plus 21. And full court defense, and there's another one on Zeg quickly.
Yeah, if you're Zegary, no need to try and get the steal there. Let them inbound it into that coffin corner area, get the trap coming in with Pedro, and then go ahead and force that turnover. No need to try and reach in, pick up a cheap foul there in the backcourt.
Timeout on the floor with that situation. We'll see if Zegary will stay in the game or not. Cheerleaders take the floor. Ladies teams kind of beginning to move around a little bit, loosen up a little bit. We saw Sydney Hemler right down below us getting some treatment on the legs pregame. Women's game will follow this one about 25 minutes after the conclusion of the men's game. Talked to Coach Patrick a little bit during halftime a few minutes ago, and he said his challenge is to just get last night's game in the rearview mirror.
Yep.
And get back to doing what they need to do.
I can't worry about the games you play in the past, whether it's a victory or a loss. Most important thing is got to keep looking ahead, focus on that next game, that next practice.
Lady Lions won last night 62-17, and Wells had 2 points at halftime. And had a chance to talk to Kendis a little bit when I got to the Cub today too, and she said it was just weird. It was just one of the weirdest games I've ever played, she said. Play back on here, however, with over 16 minutes to go. We'll see if Morrisville can get some kind of a run. There's a block for Dillon.
Number 4.
Danye's away to Brandon Coleman, and that's going to be an offensive foul. Yep. Officials looked at each other to make sure that they concurred, and I think that's a correct call. It looked like Isaiah Walker was planted.
I think Coach Friday's trying to say Danye got pushed a little bit, which could have forced that one. So you got to call the defense for the push if you're going to call Danye and say Danye barreled into him.
Again, defense all the way down the floor for Penn State Harrisburg. Brennan gets doubled, gets it across. And a quick take to the hoop, and look at the reach and the bucket for Arroyo.
Yeah, tremendous hang time from Arroyo. Almost brought that ball almost down all the way to his hip to avoid giving Dylan a chance to get a block on it. Dylan still came pretty darn close.
Strong athletic play by Arroyo. Pass was picked off momentarily, but here's Pedro for three from the top, and he buries it.
Again, Pedro cannot leave him open. Has that ability to be that catch-and-shoot guy, able to put that one home.
Kowaleski knows Dylan is on him and can't do anything about it. Three on the way, back rim. That was Smith missing. Coleman the boards. Zegary coast to coast. No. Gets his own miss. Coleman will try for three. Rainbow.
Ooh.
No. Nice job by Walker to clear things out and collect that rebound. Under 15 to go. Perimeter passing, and now Brennan cuts it inside. Pass is picked off by Pedro. Mustangs turn it over. Zegary at the controls in the logo. Dylan with the handoff. They had Pedro for a minute inside. Nice pass by Danye to Dylan backdoor, and he got fouled. Dylan Daniels will get to the line again. See, he's 2 for 4 from the free throw line. Just seems to me he's been there more than that.
Definitely does, but again, he's just been such a presence on the inside, getting his hands on some of these balls, able to keep it alive, coming down with the offensive rebound. Tremendous inside presence Dylan Daniels is for the Penn State Harrisburg Lions.
Makes the first. He's 3 for 5 from the stripe. He's got 15 points. That's game high. He's got 4 blocks. Gets both this time. Dylan also has 7 rebounds, so 16, 7, and 4. Dylan's line with 14:20 to go in today's game. Inside they go. Hall back outside Smith. No. Dylan skies for another rebound. That's 8. Dylan Daniels, double D. Double-double. Where's number 22? All things aligning. He likes that baseline jumper, but couldn't get that one. Danye helps him out. Here's B. Cole for 3. That one won't go down. Pedro crashed. Dylan tried to save it and couldn't.
Yeah, love the effort there from Dylan, but I think that one was very close to getting out of bounds, and that would have been off Mooresville. But again, love the effort, trying to make sure you're maintaining possession.
Chris Haynes will check in for B. Cole. Take care of the defensive adjustment with Haynes and Pedro, who had to switch sides when Haynes came in. Arroyo from the top. Rolls away. Dylan's got number 9. Pedro for 3. Dylan's got number 10. Danye for 3. Pedro's got offensive boards. Danye tried to collect it, couldn't, brings it back out. Is this opportunity number 3 on this possession? Danye to the hoop, high off the glass, and he scores it and gets fouled.
Yeah, way to stay with it if you're everybody on Penn State Harrisburg. Dylan gets an offensive rebound. Pedro gets an offensive rebound. Danye gets an offensive rebound. Danye drives it in, puts it home. Just a tremendous possession all around for Penn State Harrisburg. And Mooresville just got to box out, and it's tough when you're going up against a guy like Dylan Daniels, who's got such tremendous length. But got to make sure you're getting a body on him and just driving him back as much as you possibly can.
Dylan checks out. I hate to see him coming out of this game. I'm enjoying watching Dylan Daniels today. 16 points, 10 rebounds. He's officially got the double-double, and he's got 4 blocks to go with it. Oh, Danye, tough rim. To the hoop, and should be a good bucket, and it is for Tron Smith. The foul is going to be on Danye Baylor-Carroll. Second on DBC. And now Tron Smith with a chance for an old-fashioned 3. Short. Pedro cleans the glass. And the Lions bring it forward. DBC off a screen from Josh. They're going to call Josh for illegal screen.
And it looked like Josh got the feet set. I don't think we had any of those yesterday, partner. I don't think there was any illegal screens yesterday.
I was going to say, I think that's the first one today. So we were on a nice little stretch there of not seeing that call, which I hate, but there it is. Long 3. No, that was Exum. Pedro runs it down, gets it to his high school teammate, and he's pickpocketed by Exum to the hoop. No, they crashed the offensive glass, couldn't get it. Josh Martin did, sends it away to Malik Holland. And a nice look by Pedro to Chris Haynes, and he scores the goal.
A great job in transition. Got that ball to Pedro. Pedro, though, eyes up, seeing the floor, sees Chris coming in. They're able to get it to him for an easy bucket in the paint.
Baseline, Hall, nowhere to go with it. Back up top now, a drive, and throwing it up was Arroyo, who lost control of the basketball in midair and was fortunate to even get a shot away. Chris Haynes on the drive, the runner, gets his own rebound. Shot was blocked by Ndiaye. Pedro nearly a steal at midcourt. And some perimeter passing. Things kind of slowed down there.
Yeah.
For a minute for Morrisville. Lots of stagnant play at the offensive end, but Frankie Ndiaye said, I'll just do it myself, and wheels around Josh Martin and scored it.
Yeah, strong take there. Got to be a little bit tougher on the inside if you're Josh. Can't allow the easy post spin towards the paint and allow him to go all the way to the other side and finish.
Frankie Ndiaye is 6'7" freshman from New York City. Pedro with a drive against Frankie, tries the bank, no. It's rebounded by Hall, and back come the Mustangs. There's Hall from the top, missed it, but Malik Holland on the closeout with the foul.
Yeah, they're going to say he got him on the elbow, wrist area as he was going up, but Penn State's done a good job on Hall ever since he started getting himself going there in the first half. Stuck at 11 points, hasn't really done anything after hitting that 1-3 over Zegary in the first half.
Penn State Harrisburg has stretched it out. 25-point lead with 10:21 to go in the second half. We'd like to thank the sponsors of Penn State Athletics, Fulton Bank, K&W Athletics, PSECU, Giant, Enterprise Holdings Foundation. Is that anybody that you know?
I believe that is my other job, Enterprise Holdings. As a whole, I know Anthony Morgan's gotten our senior vice president, Mr. Greg Cavoli, involved with the program a little bit. So I do believe, don't quote me on it, but I do believe that does come from us.
Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster, Penn State Health, also on board with the Haps in the Penn State Harrisburg Athletic Department. Quite a bit of growth in, we always try to think about how long it's been, but somewhere between 10 and 15 years.
Yeah.
For NCAA participation of Penn State Harrisburg Athletics.
No, absolutely incredible. Started off came back to the NEAC, had a good run there, went to the CAC Capital Athletic Conference for a couple years, and second year officially back in the NEAC now, looking to defend that NEAC Conference Championship, get themselves another NCAA tournament berth.
I noticed on the Morrisville website that they referred to the conference games as United East. Is that the former name of the NEAC, United East?
No, not that I'm aware of. As long as I was looking at Penn State Harrisburg, even my senior year of high school, it was always the Northeastern Athletic Conference.
Free throw short from Hall. He'll get 2 more.
They may have changed the name possibly, because I'm looking at the banners that are across there, and you see underneath all the school names, you see United East. So maybe it is the United East Conference.
So it's gone from NEAC to United East.
Which would make a little bit of sense considering you've got a school like St. Mary's down in Maryland. They're not really the Northeast, so to speak.
South of the Mason-Dixon. 63-40. Lions in control. Just over 10 minutes to go. Nate Curry drives and can't do anything with it due to the defense of Bryce Hall. Zagary flips it to Malik Holland for 3. Was on line, but back rim. Curry finds Malik. Gets it to Alex Leyva. Gets the slam.
Yeah, good one more there by Malik. Realizes he's got his big man down low who's been working hard all game. Why not reward him there as Alex able to get a dunk, the first of his collegiate career.
Frankie to the hoop, high off the glass. Nice play for Frankie Ndiaye. Alex Leyva's height not quite matched by Frankie, but Frankie with some good athleticism. Hand off to Malik, who hands it to Nate Curry to the elbow, his familiar spot. He just can't get that shot to go down today.
Thankfully, it hasn't been too much of a struggle for the rest of the offense, though, as they hold a healthy 23-point advantage, just over 9 minutes left in the game.
I mean, Nate's still okay. He's shooting 4 of 10 today. He's got 10 points. But we're familiar with seeing him almost be automatic with that kind of jumper. They get the steal down low. Here comes Zagary pushing it. Gets fouled. Kind of got into a little bit of trouble there. Foul bailed him out a little bit. Robbie Bobeck will check in for Alex. Now he's being announced as Robert. Does he prefer Robert? You have to ask Anthony on that.
I'll get the clarification.
Thank you. Here is Bobeck at the elbow, back to the basket. Now Malik, long 2, rolls off the iron. Nate Curry doing some work, gets the basketball, wants to get back up there, does, and missed it. Gets
another rebound.
Man, look at him go. Nate Curry's a beast underneath. And that pass is picked off, and here comes Smith right to the hoop and lays it in.
Good Euro step there, too, by Smith. Pedro looked like he wanted to get in position to try and take a charge. Smith does a tremendous job, 2-stepping with the Euro step, able to put that one in on transition.
Penn State Harrisburg still with a 21-point cushion. However, you feel a little bit of momentum shifting back toward Morrisville in the last minute or two.
Yeah.
We'll see what comes of it. Here's a foul on Andy Exum.
And for Penn State, again, you got a big lead right now. You've been in these positions before, Washington College, where you had a big lead with just maybe around this much time left as well, and we saw how that went. So you learn from those mistakes. We talked about Messiah. They were able to hold on to that one. Wells made their run last night. They were able to stay off that run, push that lead back up to double digits right now. So for Penn State, stay patient on offense, work it around, no quick, unnecessary shots, and don't allow any easy buckets by Morrisville. Again, 8 minutes left in the game, just under 8 minutes, about 10-ish possessions, 14 10, 12 possessions left minimum in the game right now. You should be able to take a good 5 or 6 off just by running your stuff on offense and being patient.
We don't want to leave anybody out on the sponsorship mentions and recognitions. In the Net Sports Complex, Joseph Joyce and family, Michael Pavlichin, Richard and Mary Young, Truist, Rick and Patty Barger, Frank and Susan Campbell, Kevin Kennedy, Andy and Helen Klinger, Roderick Lee, John and Michelle Mason, and Mike Schweigler are All-American and All-Star level sponsors of Penn State Athletics. I would appreciate it if you would quit bringing up that Washington game. Every time I hear you reference it, I'm like, oh gosh, that did happen. We did see that. We did go through that. Thankfully.
And they came away with the victory.
They came away with the W. Because if they did not pull out that win, oh my goodness.
I can only imagine what practice would have been like the next day. But again, they were able to come away with it, and they've learned from it. That's the biggest thing. You had some errors. You gave up a big lead. You were able to keep it in, get the victory, stay undefeated at home, and they've learned a lot from it. And I think been a lot more patient when these teams late in these games here are trying to surprise them, going with some full court pressure, trying to get Penn State out of the rhythm. They're now staying calm, being ready for it.
Off the Curry air ball, Mustangs down the floor. Bobeck with the steal. Nice play. Zachary Scott III at the controls. Nate Curry, Pedro Rodriguez, Malik Holland, and Robert Bobeck on the floor. Nate to the hoop, lays it in.
Yeah, strong move there by Nate. Gets it right around that hash mark right below the free throw line. Strong rip through, pump fake, puts it home.
You're struggling with the mid-range or the long two, get close to the basket and get an easy one like that.
And you know Nate has no issue pulling in some easy buckets in the paint.
Loose ball on the floor, they scramble. Morrisville's out of there with it. Pulling up from the foul line and burying it is Tron Smith. Now Tron defends Zachary Scott III. Inside, Bobeck turns, missed it. Curry helped him out. Now Pedro does as well. And now they reset. Coach Friday barks the instructions. Zachary tried to take it to the hoop. It went off the sneaker, I believe, of Jordan Cord of Morrisville. So Penn State basketball just 5 on the shot clock. Danye's back on the floor. And
I think he's coming for Pedro.
Okay, Malik Holland sort of moseyed toward the bench too. I wasn't sure. But you are correct. Here's Nate Curry off the inbound. Back rim. Bobeck the rebound.
And good job by Robbie. And Morrisville giving up a lot of offensive rebounds here in the second half. Let's see what they got for the whole game right now.
Danye to the hoop, little short, and Cord the rebound.
Yep. 23 offensive rebounds.
Whoa.
For Penn State Harrisburg.
Wow, was not expecting that high a number.
And 18 of them in the second half.
Wow.
Only 15. Still a decent number, though. 8 in the first half for Penn State Harrisburg with 23 in the game right now. So they did a tremendous job crashing that offensive glass here in the second half.
And a couple of times they're getting 2 and 3 at a time. Two and three in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Curry inside, turns. Bank, no. Cord the rebound, and here comes Tron Smith. Zachary made him hit the brakes. Cord for 3, Rainbow back rim. Rebound to Zachary. Here's Danye, spins to the hoop, gets it to Bobeck. He's up with it. Blocked by Cord, but they're going to get Cord for a foul. So Bobeck will get to the line, and it's only been a couple of minutes for Robbie on the floor in this second half, but he's made some nice plays.
No, he's giving a good input. A couple of offensive rebounds, came up with that steal on the defensive end when he first checked into the game right now. If Robbie can give this type of energy throughout the duration of the game, let's hopefully he can see himself getting some minutes earlier on.
Off the iron with the first. building depth, though, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brandon Coleman back onto the floor. Nate Curry gets a break.
Yeah, and Robert, whatever he wants to go by, only a junior, so we'll be back next year as well.
1 out of 2 for Bobeck. Penn State plus 22. 64 is the defensive call, it sounded like.
No idea what that one is. I don't think we had a 64 when I was playing.
So it's been so long since you played that they're developing plays that you're not even familiar with.
Yep. And the funny part is I see some of the offense that they do, and I remember, oh, yeah, that's that play. I can't remember what it's called, but I know the action, and once I see the first pass go into it, I know exactly what they're running.
I remember a few years back the old thumbs up, thumbs down as the ball carriers bringing it into the front court, that kind of stuff. And it's kind of like the conversation that when Coach Patrick was up here yesterday talking to us before the game, and for a little while you and Coach were going back and forth, and I was just sitting back listening and hearing your basketball jargon going back and forth. And for a minute or two, I had no idea what you guys were even talking about. I mean, you're throwing out all the terminologies about defensive drills and using terms that I'd never heard before.
Nah, it's a little bit of a community once you get to a certain level of playing basketball. There, like you said, certain drill names, certain play calls that are kind of a universal thing across all levels of basketball, like a flex offense, so to speak. Little things like that. It's just things, when you play basketball for a certain number of years, you just know certain things. And like you said, it's almost like a hidden language.
Yep. I just stayed quiet. All ears.
Soaked it all in.
Yep. If I can pick some things up along the way, all the better for it. Down to 5:06 to go in this one. Penn State Harrisburg looking good, plus 22. Dylan Daniels continues to lead everybody with 16 and 10. And he is on the bench.
It might be
he's way down at the end, isn't he?
Yep. I believe that's Damon and Alex.
Yep. So we'll see. 5:06 to go. Josh Martin is out there with Robbie Bobeck, Brandon Coleman, Zachary Scott III, and Danye Baylor-Carroll.
And again, you got to give credit to the defense of Penn State Harrisburg, though they kind of calmed themselves down in the second half there as well. They were 51.4% from the field in the first half, dropped down to 37-3 in the second half. But again, 47 total rebounds, 23 and 24 offensively and defensively, respectively there. So they just were able to make a lot of those hustle plays, gain extra possessions, and come away with some points that way.
Here's Danye. Before the shot, a foul. Going to be on Hall, I think. And now, no, it's going to be 1-1. No, the foul is on Jared DeLoya. So Danye will go to the line 1-1. Frankie Ndiaye checks in. Bryson Hall will come to the bench for Morrisville.
Ooh. Danye just has not had it going today, really. 3 of 9 from the field, 1 of 5 from the three-point line. Second miss from the free throw line. But again, there's a tremendous team effort offensively and defensively where you take the shooting performances of Danye and then Nate, just 5 of 16 on the afternoon. But again, everyone else was able to step up around them, make some of these energy hustle plays, get a couple of extra possessions for themselves, and able to extend that lead out. And they've been coasting throughout the entire second half here.
It's very hard for us, especially having not seen any basketball last year, to come into these games early in the season and know what to expect. Mm-hmm. So when I'm looking at things, the morning of the game or the night before the game, whatever the case might be, just looking at the numbers online. And I was looking at Morrisville, and I thought, I felt pretty good about this game for the Penn State Harrisburg men's team, but I thought it was going to be a battle. Mm-hmm. I thought it was going to be close. And Morrisville, had gone down last night at Lancaster Bible and lost. And I always feel like when a team has back-to-back road games and you have them the second night, you'd almost rather see them win their first one.
Yeah.
Because they think, okay, if we can get a split, not that they're expecting to come in here and lay down, but they sort of feel better about themselves. Hey, we went down to Lancaster Bible and got a win. Mm-hmm. Now we're coming to Penn State Harrisburg. If we get a win today, it's a bonus.
Yeah.
But they went down there and lost, so you figure they're going to have all the fight. And I thought this should be a tough game. And Penn State Harrisburg's come out and just separated themselves.
Yeah. Really from that 8.8-minute mark in the first half on, it's been all Penn State Harrisburg. Like you said, partner, obviously you want to go out there, you want to win every game. You want to go undefeated when you go on these road trips and you have these back-to-back games that you do. But being able to split them on the road, I think, is a victory there because you know more likely than not you're going to have a better record at home than you are on the road. And if you're able to get a split while taking 2 straight road games there, it's a huge thing and a little bit of a momentum builder as well. And for Mooresville themselves, if they're coming in after potentially winning that game against Lancaster Bible, they're coming into the second game saying maybe even a little more amped up than the loss, saying, hey, we got a chance to go 2-0 right now. Let's see how that one goes. But again, Penn State Harrisburg weathered that early storm from Mooresville, and for about the past 22 and change, really, like we said, that 8-minute mark on, it's been all Penn State Harrisburg.
Don Friday Jr. has checked in. 4 minutes to go in this one. And stepping on that far sideline was Noah Armstrong. Mustangs turn it over.
That's got to be a frustrating thing. I think we talked about it yesterday also with each of the Wells teams, but unforced turnovers of just not knowing where you are on the court in relation to the baseline or the out-of-bounds line. It's got to be frustrating as a player and as a coach. And that's just simple stuff. We talked about 50 feet across, 94 feet in length. That's the same on every basketball court. Nothing changes in terms of that.
Donye looking for space inside. Bobeck hands it to Donnie. Nothing there. Donye looks for space, creates it himself, lays it up and off. Bobeck's there. Missed the first one, put home the second one.
2 offensive rebounds, though. You know what I mean? Tremendous effort there by Bobeck. Gets the first one off of Donye's miss, tries to clean it up, gets another rebound for himself, and finds himself with 2 points.
Josh Martin poked away that pass. Lions can't do anything with it, though. Now it's on the floor, held ball. Stays with Morrisville. Brandon Coleman checks out now as Lance Douglas is onto the floor. Lance is a freshman guard out of Atlanta, 6'5", 205. Donye to the bench also.
Again, one of those stories where you're like, how do you come up from Atlanta all the way up here to Harrisburg, Middletown, Pennsylvania?
Yep. Kobe Petrovich on the floor as well for Penn State Harrisburg. We know how he got here as Michael Litchfield drops a bomb. Petrovich, of course, from lowered off and high right down the road. Or Lance Douglas, pretty big body, pulls up for 3 off the iron. Entire bench wanted to see him score.
Hey, when I was looking at it, you said 6'5", 205. I was like, all right, this guy's going to be like a post player, similar to what Nate does and everything. And they got him listed at guard there, so very surprised to see that.
Robbie Bobeck to the line for 1 and 1. Foul was on Frankie and Dye. Robbie gets this one to earn the second. So the starters' work is done. Robbie Bobeck, Josh Martin, Lance Douglas, Kobe Petrovich, and Donnie Friday on the floor, and Jonathan Donovan about to check in.
Nice rhyme.
Yeah. That's how I roll. Nothing to do with it. It's just a guy's name. But
I'll give you the credit for it.
If I have to take the credit, I'll take it. Donovan's in. Quick run. He'll go in for Josh Martin, actually. I thought he going back in for Lance Douglas, but Josh Martin to the bench. Jonathan Donovan is a freshman. Actually, originally from Maine, the state of Maine. Coach Don Friday expanding his horizons. There are no limits to his recruiting prowess.
No, absolutely not there. Wherever you could get talent from.
Robbie inside. I thought he was going to dunk it.
I don't know if he's got the bunnies, so to speak, quite like that, where he could just take one dribble and go up. I know he can get up there, but maybe needs a little bit of a run and start. But good finish on the inside.
We'll take the 2, 73-49. Under 2 to go. Another 3 on the way, long from Armstrong. Gets his own rebound. Outside now to Brennan, and he buries it. Brennan's got 6 this afternoon. And that shot from Donovan off the mark. Brennan tries it again. No. Donnie Friday has the rebound. Here's Robbie right down the middle, and he missed it. Kind of going at high speed. I don't think he accounted for that.
And a good rim run, though, by Robbie. Got to be able to finish that one. And then Donnie with a beautiful pass there. Found him streaking down the middle of the paint.
Second chance. Brennan buries the 3. Under a minute to go. 18-point lead for the Lions. Kobe hands it to Donnie Friday. Now Jonathan Donovan off a Bobek screen. The give and go. Tried to feed it down low, but it was too low. Lions turn it over.
Yeah, good look there by Mr. Donovan, but I don't know if Robbie was expecting the pass to come that quickly for himself. Didn't look like he was even quite going into a full roll there off the screen.
There's a 1 second difference between the clocks. There's 26.9 on the game clock, 25 on the shot clock. Timeout, Morrisville.
I'm not sure what the timeout could be. Looks like he wants to maybe draw something up for his guys on the court right now.
You play to the final buzzer, but this timeout is a head scratcher. They're going to make a sub as well and get Avion Granger into the game, a freshman from Syracuse, with some pink sneakers on Mr. Granger. We'll see if they get him a touch. Ladies' team's getting anxious.
It's one of the weird feelings. You're like, all right, I'm ready to warm up now, and then a timeout, and then a dead ball, and another dead ball. I remember one of the games where we used to have the men's team play second on the doubleheader there. I think the girls had gone into a double overtime game. So we're out there like minute left in regulation. Then it goes to overtime. So we're like, all right, let's go hang back in the locker room for a little bit. Come back out. About a minute left in that overtime. They go to another overtime. So like, all right, back into the locker room. Hang out there. Come back out.
Well, I guess that's why the timeout was called. He tried to set up Avion Granger on that backdoor alley-oop.
Yeah, and again, I don't mind draw up a play to get your guys trying, hey, let's see if we can run this here, but calling a timeout just to get an alley-oop, not in the best taste in my opinion.
Granger goes to the line. 20.7 to go. Shot clock unplugged until the start of the women's game. Granger gets himself into the scoring column, gets both of the free throws.
And got to imagine that they'll just get this across half court and
Dribble
go
it
ahead
out.
and sit on it.
That's what Donnie's looks like he's going to do. All the way out in the corner. 10 seconds to go. A smattering of applause inside the Cub, growing now. And there is the final buzzer. So this one is in the books. Penn State Harrisburg, even in the blue uniforms maintains the perfect mark at the Cub. Goes to 6-0 here, 8-1 on the season now for the Lions, and 2-0 in the conference, while the Mustangs drop to 2-6 and 0-2 in the conference. And again, it was taking care of business for this Nittany Lions men's team.
The typical TCOB, if you will, there came out, battled early on there, good, a little bit of a back and forth, but again, each team coming off a game last night. Penn State Harrisburg, just whatever you want to say, better prepared, better conditioned, better team, whatever you want to say that makes yourself sleep at night. They came out here tonight. They were able to get that job done, defend home court here at the Cub.
Dylan Daniels led the way, 16 points, 10 rebounds. Nate Curry with a double-double as well, 12 and 11. Danye Baylor-Carroll with 12 points. Brandon Coleman had 8 and 6. Hall led the way for Morrisville with 13, Arroyo 11. The only two players in double figures for Morrisville Mustangs. So again, Penn State Harrisburg wins this one 73-57. We thank you for joining us this afternoon. Hope you'll stick around for Lady Lions basketball. That's coming up in about 25 minutes. This is Penn State Harrisburg basketball.